Big Ten now, a game that we were looking forward to a few weeks ago that's kind of lost its luster. The Illinois Fighting Illini traveling to the Big House playing the Wolverines. This game's at high noon. It's Michigan is an 18-point favorite. Over/under is set at 42. Fresh, both of those numbers seem very low to me. I don't know about you. I think that with Illinois losing Chase Brown this week, sad to see him be taken out of this game. 1,400 yards rushing on the season. He's been really impressive. He's taken a lot of the pressure off of Tommy DeVito there. You take a look at Michigan, and we talk about Blake Corum. Dude has been absolutely on a tear. He is, I would argue, he's the best running back in college football, sitting there at 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns on the year, averaging 5.9 yards a carry. He's definitely in line to go to New York for the Heisman for me. I don't know. We can argue all we want about the quarterbacks, Stroud, Hooker, Bennett, Williams out there at USC. You got the kid down at TCU. All of these different quarterbacks that we can talk about. But Blake Corum's been the consistent thing this season here. He's been absolutely dominant all year long. He's just carved up every single defense. But then again, you look at Michigan. You can't blame them who they played, but their schedule has been meh at best. Again, this is the tough thing. Until you play Ohio State, yeah, you take a look at what they did against Penn State. Great win right there. But then you also look at Michigan, guys. Like, you take a look at these last couple weeks and you say Nebraska, Rutgers, Michigan State, Indiana, Iowa was a little bit of a challenge, but that was weeks ago. So I don't know, Fresh. I can't see a pathway for Michigan to lose to Illinois here. They're going into the Columbus game. They're going into that game 11-0 and making that really a top four battle between the Buckeyes. Is there any way you can see Illinois pulling this one off?
If Chase Brown was healthy and Illinois won last week, I could potentially see Michigan overlooking them. With Chase Brown out, even if they overlook them, I just don't see enough weapons offensively for the Illini to prevail. Their passing game is definitely not their strength of their offense. They are a run-first football team. They are a physical football team. They came in with one of the best secondaries in the country, and Purdue and Aiden O'Connell threw the ball all over them without any issue. That's what worries me about. That's where you kind of like the eye test and statistics. You need to have a blend of both because they offered very little resistance to that Purdue offense. And that Purdue offense had been up and down all year, especially the week before when Iowa shut them down. Now, on paper, Illinois and Michigan have two of the top 8 defenses in the country. Michigan's number 1 in total yards allowed and points allowed per game. It's going to be very, very tough for that offense to, especially DeVito, to really guide them in a passing formation or find that next running back. We talked about in our last week when we were previewing Illinois, they need to find that second back to help balance out, and give, and lighten the workload. We still don't know who that number 2 tailback is going to be. Now, with Brown most likely out, you hear reports from Bielema saying he's improving this week. Look, we said this before. We've said this multiple times. You don't have to put out injury reports in college. I think it's just smoke. Hey, keep the thought in Michigan's head that Chase Brown might play. You don't want to definitely say he's not playing and make that a little easier for them to focus their defense, their strategy defensively to lock in on what they're going to attack the Illini with. I don't. If that was the case and they had won, maybe Michigan's like, hey, we're good. I don't think that they're going to overlook Illinois because now they came out number 3 again in the poll, and they're going to have to find more style points. I think they're going to win no matter what Chase Brown is playing, but I think this is going to get ugly really quick. They are going to pour it on. They're going to make a statement. Illinois is no longer ranked, but I think they've been ranked all year. They're going to be like, hey, we beat the junk out of them. We made a statement at home. Take us seriously. Even if we somehow things happen the next week, we've beaten everybody handily. We should maybe get consideration for it at large bid. That's what right now is going through Jim Harbaugh and that Michigan program's mind. Brett Bielema's team is going to have to slow down this onslaught that's coming on Saturday as much as they possibly can. That defense, their pride is on the line. Can they stop Blake Corum, and can they force J.J. McCarthy to throw the football? If their secondary is their strength, they need to put 8 guys in the box and let them man up if they have to and try to, hey, you know what? Our pride's in our secondary. J.J. McCarthy, throw the football, see what you can do, and challenge him that way. Let him try to win it with an arm. I think actually that might be better for Michigan as well. Prove they can win a game throwing the football. I'm agreeing with you. Blake Corum is a Heisman candidate. With Chase Brown now most likely out, it comes down to him and DeWayne McBride as the top 2 running backs in the country for total yard for rushing leader. And if he has a good game this week, he has a chance of surpassing him and locking himself up as the number 1 leading rusher in total yards in the season. Add a couple more touchdowns, really build it up, and then have a huge game versus Ohio State. Could really put him in that opportunity to host that award. It's a big deal right now for Michigan, but I think they need that win by style. Look what happened last week with Tennessee and Missouri. Tennessee was throwing the football up by 30 with 3, 4, 5 minutes to go in the football game. The reason why they were doing that is style points. The game was already over. They already knew it. Everybody knew it. They had to put up points on the scoreboard, put up 66, and make a statement to the committee that they're going to dominate opponents. Michigan has to do the same thing this week to really build up that Ohio State matchup the next week even more. So I expect if they have an opportunity, they're going to pour it on Illinois. And I don't think Illinois much stands a chance with Chase Brown not playing in this football game. It could get ugly. Could get ugly really fast.
Yeah. And you take a look at Michigan's linebackers right now, man. All 3 of them are some of their leading tacklers and really have made life tough for opposing offenses. And, you want to talk about Colson and Barrett right over there, those first 2 names that jump off the page. And that's one of the things that Michigan's kind of returning back to their greatness is of having those linebackers. They got a lot of pressure last year from that defensive line. Right now, it looks like they're able to get that from that second line unit right there. But again, if I'm going to try to beat Michigan, I want to put the ball in J.J. McCarthy's hands. And I still even think like that. The only thing that was unique to me, man, was both of these teams are ball control offenses. Illinois has won the time of possession battle this year, 34 minutes on average. Michigan, 35 minutes. Again, I'm searching. I feel like I'm grasping for straws. Tommy DeVito plays out of his mind. Illinois' defense, they show up. They force J.J. McCarthy into a couple mistakes, and they can really, kind of control the game, and they control the pace of play. That's the only way I could see Illinois winning. And again, I feel like I'm just grasping at a way to make this game competitive. I really think Michigan blows Illinois out. I think that the lasting image of Chase Brown sitting on the sideline at the very fourth quarter, screaming in pain, grabbing his leg. Come on, Brett Bielema. I know you want to sit there and try to keep competitive balance, but I know what my eyes saw, man. This game's going to get out of hand pretty quick, pretty early. So give me the Wolverines in a big, big win here, fresh.
Yeah, I think they try to hang 50 on them just to make a statement.
Yeah. All right, fresh.